Alright, new party members. Okay, so we have a ranger, or a scout, which is a ranger rogue. Multi-class characters are not recommended for new players. Yeah, but rogue. Rogue would be so nice. Do they like, when you multi-class, they legit just get both skill trees. Holy shit. So I'm curious, well, with how the skills work, I don't know that we would necessarily need her to have rogue specifically. She can stay a ranger, I think. She has a unique passive that makes her way better with guns. Okay. Well, it did say she was a sharpshooter. I think I'm actually going to take her, and I'm going to leave Jody behind. And then we have another paladin, which I have no interest in. Yeah, I think we're going to leave Jody. Realistically, I should leave Goldleaf behind, but Goldleaf and Swell are inseparable. The front row is going to be a bit slim, though, which kind of sucks. Now we're gonna take the ranger. I want to see what she's capable of here. What do we have? She has a point into mechanics. Goldleaf is a better thief than she is. That's okay. We'll get her up to snuff here. Also guns. Yeah, I suppose that's true. We now have a reason to actually use firearms. So what's she toting? Gunnery, -20 reload time with arbalests, arquebuses, and crossbows. Well, there's that one like ridiculously good crossbow for sale in town. She's an American Ranger. All right. And then what other stuff did she have? Gunhawk. Increased range. Ah, here we go. Yeah. 20% chance to interrupt targets with arquebuses, hand mortars, and pistols. Okay, yeah, no, she is like legit just guns. Okay. All right. And her pet gives everybody 5% extra healing. Sure. She seems decent. There are mods that increase the max level, which allows you to get everything. Oh man, the temptation. The temptation. Very, very strong. Okay. So in that case, I might actually swap Goldleaf over to... Because she's just been using a bow just to use a bow. I think I'm going to have her swap to Mace and she can be front row. I don't remember how we... There we go. I don't know if her bird's actually worth anything, but... And the plus 15 to... Yeah, exactly. First playthrough should be unmodded. Yeah, that's the plan for now. She wants to talk.
Exactly what you're thinking.
She folds her arms and clicks her tongue against the roof of her mouth. And what's that?
You're asking yourself, how did I let the Royal Deadfire Company plant an informant in my crew?
She chuckles to herself, but there's a note of resignation in it.
My superiors might expect me to report in from time to time, but don't read too much into it. You're not the only big thing happening around here.
The bird's great for flanking around your opponents and running disruption on priests or wizards. Good to know.
I'm in this for a lot of information, a little diplomacy, and plenty of target practice.
As long as you're keen on taking orders, I don't object to having you on board.
Uncomplicated. Just the way I like it. Oh, guess you ought to meet the bird. Ishi is smarter than he looks, but don't expect him to do any tricks.
She nods towards the colorful bird of prey hopping around your ankles.
Ishi, come.
She taps her arm with 2 fingers and clicks her tongue again.
That's a good-looking bird.
Adair raises a hand and wiggles his index finger.
Hey, Birdie. Hey, Birdie.
Cheesy shows no signs of recognition towards Maya or Adair. Simply clawing at the ground and investigating some bugs a few graceful hops away. We could try clicking our tongue. We'll try clicking our tongue. Cocking its head, Shizi turns to you with a mixture of curiosity and skepticism. It thumbs her chin, nodding.
Takes practice before he'll listen to you properly, but that's a good start.
Adair nods at Ashiza, who bobs its head in response. Adair nods twice, and the large bird replies with 2 head bobs. Adair begins tilting his head up and down, and Ashiza follows with vigorous full-body bobs. Encouraged, Adair starts bouncing his own body up and down, at which point Ashiza stops bouncing and watches Adair with cockeyed curiosity.
Did your friend suffer a head wound?
Maya frowns at Adair.
Before we get into deeper waters, I've got a question.
She clears her throat into her fist.
You've got a ship and a title. Being captain means more than just wearing a big hat. A lot of tough calls to be made.
I'm figuring out as I go, but yes.
A crew can be like family. They can also be like a nest of squalling infants. Let's say your galley cook was fixing to organize the rest of the crew into a mutiny. How would you handle it?
I'd get ahead of the problem and compromise with the crew.
Sort it out as equals. Interesting. Of course, the only right answer is the one that works in a given time and place. I just wanted to hear yours.
Ever stifled a mutiny yourself, soldier?
Mostly preemptive measures. We try to pull the weeds before they reach the garden. But enough about me. Glad to be aboard, Captain.
She takes your arm and gives it a good pump. Let's be off. All right.
Yes, I shall.
You can run the ship at the bottom of the dead fire, just blow the boat up. Okay, sure, that was relatively painless. Saul's accustomed to Devon, who's dumber than he looks. Also looks nice, but neither can expect him to do any tricks. Also true. And yeah, that is 100% how you get a ghost ship. I agree. Now let's see if this place is open. Oh, it is. I'm broke, but we can at least look.
I have the perfect gemstone to match your eyes.
What you got? A pearlescent rhomboid hellstone. Oh, it's an Ioun stone, okay. Grants shifting chromen has a chance to reflect spells. Why is this? I can afford that too. Ooh, that's tempting. Ring of Boundless Stars. Grants Tane's Chaotic Orb and Minoletta's Concussive Missiles once per rest. Stone of Power, Amulet of Health. Cool stuff, I should rob her. Not robbing every NPC that we come across. But I'm gonna buy this thing. Okay, so it grants the 10% chance to reflect spells always, and then at the start of combat we get, I guess, one of these. Interesting, yeah, no, that's exciting. I'm buying that. I'm actually probably gonna put it on a Loth if I had to guess. Oh, let's see, does it actually like float around his head? Oh, it totally does! It's so cool. Oh, video games are awesome.
Indeed.
Can we actually see it down there? Yeah, you can even like barely see it zipping around his head a little bit there. Love it. Less like Path of the Righteous, where it turned into a giant game of rock, paper, Wrath of the Righteous, where it's, yeah, well, I mean, that's high-level D&D, kind of in a nutshell, though, is that it turns into rocket launcher tag by high levels. It would go crazy if you had it on your head. I imagine it would be one of those things that's like kind of like your nose, where your brain just eventually kind of edits it out, even though it's like something that you see all the time. So you ready your ship, a cloaked figure mounts the gangplank and roughly forces a burned book into your hands. They turn it apart without a word. The binding of this tome reeks of smoke. What few pages remain are crinkled and black, based on the few chapter headers that survived the fire damage. This might have been a book of antiquated laws. Now it's nothing more than a charred relic of authority. Would argue that Eora is an extremely well-built low fantasy world. I would, by and large, actually agree. Because, like, the spells that you do have access to aren't like the spells that you get in most high fantasy settings when you get, like, super high level. like, yeah, you have, casters casting like 9th level spells, but it's not like 9th level spells in D&D where you're like casting wish and shit, creating demi-planes.
You crack the spine of the old book, revealing blackened pages of dense, illegible text. The words recede into the shadows the longer you focus on them. Suddenly, the page widens to eclipse the world around you. A dark void stretches out on all sides, the air full of choking fumes that carry dying embers and curling flakes of ash.
Say nothing.
Something stirs in the darkness. An old woman steps forward, leering down at you from on high. Her smile is toothy and cruel. Her cheeks warp around it like melted candle wax.
I'm so glad that my messenger tracked you down. These days it's impossible to find good help.
I think Swell would probably be polite to the god. My lady?
Before you draw your weapon, know that these proceedings are under a banner of peace. If this was a trap, it would have already closed around you. While Bareth whispers in one ear and Aethys shouts in the other, I thought you could use a more seasoned perspective to drown out the noise.
I'm intrigued. Let's talk.
Don't you find it unusual how open and accessible my siblings have made themselves? After millennia of subdued whispers, now they practically scream their intentions. And isn't it strange how we never bicker unless a mortal is watching?
Is it? You tell me.
I would never deny that our pantheon is emotional, willful, and prone to overreaction. But we didn't get this far arguing over minutiae. If we still possessed our glorious titans, my siblings and I would have put an end to Aethys and his rampage by now. While we are powerless to stop him, some of my kin wish to observe how mortals respond to this threat. They think it will shine a light on the value of our patronage. Have we raised you well enough to be self-sufficient? Or must we return to Eora and impose some corrective measures?
And if we prove ourselves, what then?
What indeed? That would depend on which of us you ask. A cross-section of society has converged on the Deadfire. Some of my kin are of an opinion that we are meant to judge mortals on the basis of their performance, while the rest of us have already made up our minds on the matter.
Why do I get the feeling you're trying to convince me of something?
Judge for yourself. But I think you'll find my intentions are more straightforward than you think. When we ascended to godhood, we did so to provide for a savage people. Our goal was to craft a society whose values were made to last. Perhaps even a society that had no need of us. A naive fallacy, but one that inspired my optimistic, misguided kin. How you and your allies counter this threat will demonstrate whether you are competent enough to guide your own destinies, or if we need to revise our strategy. The soft-hearted among us are counting on you to win this existential wager. No doubt, Aethys shares their sympathies. I do not. We exist to rule over mortals. Nothing can change that. So now you know the truth. I assume you have questions.
Why did you choose to confide in me?
Whether knowingly or unintentionally, you seem to find yourself on the vanguard of change. Mortals like you come but once in a lifetime. Some would react poorly if I stripped mortals of their freedom without giving them a chance to plead their case. You have the honor of standing tall as their advocate. Before I return to Eora and assume my position as your deserving tyrant, you have this opportunity to prove me wrong. to demonstrate whether or not mortals are responsible enough to claim their future.
You speak as if we don't have a chance.
You speak as if you do.
Good counter.
Mortals have precious little time to decide for themselves. Will they stand together as one, or swallow their pride and bend the knee?
Oh, humanity's not gonna be like that. We fight.
I have every confidence that you will disappoint us. Once my position is upheld, the undecided among the gods will embrace my plan.
The gods think my actions can prove their point about mortal society?
Prove it or disprove it, yes. I never agreed to this arrangement, but if your example demonstrates mortal ineptitude, as I trust it will, then I can make the plan serve me. An assertive minority of gods believe that your choices will prove the value of their wild optimism. As if mortal collaboration and ingenuity are endorsements of our leadership.
Hey, Sventus, welcome. Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Fish people tend to fight even more than the humans. Yeah, that's true. We've already seen some of that where they were going at it with the fucking... Like, there were two of them outside of a wizard's place bitching at each other.
Then there are those of us who know better, who are not so easily convinced. Kith are vulnerable, unless they submit to the destiny we chart for them. Thinking otherwise can only breed dissent and chaos.
Yeah, I think we're done with Wodica. We closed the book. We'll speak again.
Yes, I think we will. This is not the end of our discussion. You know how to find your way back to this place.
Wodica nods stiffly. You feel her presence drift as a breeze, rustling as it goes.
Okay. Anyways. So where was I going? Oh wow, this is higher level than us too. Jesus. Okay, so we gotta busy ourselves and gain levels and stuff. So VTC, I assume that's the Valiant Trading Company. Say slavers. Oh my god, unaffiliated trade. So can we like ambush ships? Is that the implication here with unaffiliated trade ships, that we can do a little bit of piracy? We can do piracy. Oh, that's wonderful. So maybe that's our random encounters right there. Okay. All right, that explains some things. The problem is that our ship sucks right now. So I don't know how viable piracy would necessarily be. Yeah, we have a tiny little boat, so we actually maneuver very, very well compared to larger ships. What is this? Hello? Oathbinder's Sanctum? A dungeon? After hours spent wandering through the desert, you stumble into a lush oasis nestled against the base of a massive pyramid. That's not a pyramid, that's a ziggurat. You search for an entrance and finally spy one at the very top of a long staircase. Oh, we are ascending. It's a tough climb that doesn't stop you. Drenched in sweat, you finally enter the welcome shade at the top of the pyramid. Boat is fast by internal combustion engine standards. Maybe it is maybe we got an engine in there or something. Who knows? Wouldn't Swell have an issue with piracy? Not if we're attacking like pirates or slavers or something, no.
Sometimes Aethys likes to keep the candles burning in his church when no one's around. But that ain't Aethys.
Okay. The fractured relief portrays the broken crown symbol of Wodica. Blessed incense. And some pearls. The eyes of the statue seem to follow you wherever you walk. And if they're gonna give me like random dungeons and stuff, just plopped all over the world, oh, that's dangerous. This is reminding me of Kingmaker. where we just fully harvest the entire world of anything you can poke around in.
I'll handle this.
Okay. Door's stuck. This is why you hit 100 hours. Yeah. Statue decorating this small shrine has been dusted and polished to a shine. Random skeleton that is apparently in this. Can we actually get? Oh, we can actually get into this room. Didn't even notice the entrance for it. Oh, right here. Walked right past it. I'm just stupid. Hello, spirit. There are a bunch of dungeons spread out around the world, one more dangerous than the next. Nice. The translucent visage of an Orlin glows before you. At your approach, it shimmers. You're swallowed by a tide of bewilderment. Reach for it. As your mind strains towards the confused soul, the presence of other spirits begins to prick at the edge of your awareness. You sense the rage is directed not only at the bright soul, but at your intrusion. A rush of grisly images flashes before you. Sadistic murders, violent torture, and worse. A din of spiteful whispers assaults your mind as the depraved souls relive their gruesome crimes. They take glee in the terror of their victims. The confusion of the bright soul lessens. Emboldened by your presence, it shines with a steady azure glow. The whispering souls retreat to the shadows. Your mind clears. You extend your perceptions to the bright soul, and it reaches out to you in turn. The world slips away. You wake with a start, unable to breathe. Someone covers your mouth with their hand. Their grip is tight, and you can taste the salt of their sweat. You're hauled from your bed by 3 dark figures. They drag you screaming down the stairs and toss you into the road. You stumble to your feet, only to be painfully thrown back down. Taut ropes bite into the flesh of your wrists. Murderer, accuses one. Betrayer, shouts another. Your neighbors watch from the windows, mouths agape. None of them come to help. They turn away as you scream their names. You feel a jolt on the back of your head, and darkness envelops you. When you come to, your knees ache against cold sandstone. You betrayed nothing, killed no one. Confusion and pain swirl in each panicked plea. Hardened eyes stare back at you through slits in an expressionless mask. You find no reprieve in them. Words are spoken but lost within the rhythmic pounding of your head. This can't be happening. The masked figure demands justice. A sword swings and you feel the hot bite of steel against your neck. Oblivion rolls over you like a tide. Abruptly, you find yourself back in the ruins. The confused spirit pleads to you without words. Its shimmer, glow, almost childlike. Now, I will avenge you. Tell me where I can find your murderers. The images flash through your mind. A narrow stone staircase, a large chamber, a looming statue of Wodika. Close, the spirit says. Deeper. The soul flickers briefly. You feel it loosening its grip on this place as it attaches itself to you. Its glow extinguished, the chamber is plunged into darkness. Jealous whispers return with renewed malice. The guilt of the damned bears down upon you, an unholy chill that sinks deep into your bones, your very marrow running cold as ice. Unnatural shadows dance in the darkness around you. No, I want to loot. There's loot to be had, game. Where is it? I'm gonna wait, and then I'm gonna turn undead. I want a fireball. Okay, so how do her abilities work? What do we have here? We have Bond, we have Wounding Shot, Heal Companion, and Takedown. Ranger's Animal Companion rushes a target. Okay. Alright, sure. She can focus on this shadow, though. Because Aloth is terrible and gonna have a bad time. How do I, like... Where is her bird? There's her bird. Bird, get in there. Bird, you're stuck in melee, I think. Goldleaf, get up here. If Ashiza goes down, Maya as the ranger gets a debuff. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. I'm not too worried about it right now, but yeah, I'm sure that's going to be an issue down the line. Okay, that wasn't too painful. Just some shadows. Good job, Aloth. Casting your spells after the fight. Very impressive. Junk. Some junk, and some silver. Those are worth good money. 2 always seems to be the sucks to suck answer. I mean, yeah, just a little bit. That's okay. We're making it work. All the food and such, yes. Yeah, I've been slowly like funneling it into our crew's coffers. No party loot button like Dungeon Siege. Yeah, like that would be nice, especially given that the game has like the infinite inventory where you don't have to worry about carrying capacity and stuff. Like at that point, I'd almost be like, we'll just auto loot stuff as soon as enemies die. But the problem with that is that you'd be like picking things up and not realizing what you were getting, I suppose. Oh, what do we got here? Another corpse with a bloody note. Dangerous creatures have made this sacred place their home. If it is Wodika's will they remain, it is not our place to disturb them. Further, remember, we are not here as looters. Anyone caught thieving will meet the Strangler's justice. Let Kudwina's death be an example to you all. Alright. Just have a new in inventory. Yeah, that's fair. Or like have some notification if you pick up like items that aren't like that are, you know, of a certain quality level or something. I saw a beetle in here.
Got
Yes.
someone in my sights.
That's a lot of beetles. Gird yourself for fireball. Let's do it like right here and pray. Oh, this could be glorious. Do it. Burn him! Oh, that was like 4 kills there. That was a good fireball. I'm satisfied. Very satisfied. Is the ghost pig someone's pet? Yes, that's following Swell around. I think it gives us like bonus XP or something. +1 Constitution. And your party is more effective with healing spells and potions. Goodies. I don't even know what I got it for, but I started the game with it, and so we're gonna hold on to it. Yeah, it's adorable. Little piggly wiggly grub burrows. Horrifying. Ghost pig, that's not kosher. It's true. Scepter and robe. A deserted cat. Uh-oh. Are we gonna start finding cat corpses for Aloth's inventory? Does it begin? Now, how do we get up there? I wonder. Oh, there's a door here. See, I didn't even see that there's like a doorway here. Jesus, it's so dark.
I'll take care of this.
Peter. You've gained an item. Peter was put into your stash. Well, Peter is following you around the area. Size of area of effects deal. Your area of effect attacks deal more damage, and all party members receive a bonus to the size of their area of effect attacks. Ooh. That's gonna buff Fireball. Took a hot minute. You did work some Hebrew, and that was stealthy. Very stealthy. I respect it. I think we're going to take the cat instead of the pig for the time being. And my hope is that eventually we'll be able to unlock pet slots on other characters and just have a small army of creatures following us around. Okay, there was this.
I'll handle it.
Feel a soft breeze blowing through the crack in the stones above.
Trouble.
Onward.
Spore, oh god, we've got myconids. Dank spores. The spores are dank. Alright, so where is AI behavior? I wish you could, is there a hotkey to turn off party AI? Toggle AI, there is. It's going to be that. Make it the good old tilde key. Because this way we can actually like form a front row and shit.
In the eyes.
Because I have a feeling.
Poison.
Get it, boys. These guys don't worry me, it's the bigger ones in there. Have mixed feelings that the cat enhances damage. This cat does. There might be different cats we can find. I don't know how many like pets there are in this game. It's gonna be bad. Alright, everybody in here. I suppose we can like... Oh, we can. Alright, I just gotta be careful about party member positioning here.
You, but I'm so
Uh-oh, we have people charmed.
dying.
Let's... Dare quit murdering the party, please. You're far too dangerous. I don't have anything that'll lock him down, because all of my spells are about damage more so than... There, Adair tanked the floor. Oh shit, he's back up. But he's not pissed anymore. Okay, system works.
Pleasant.
Oh, it got a loth.
Right between the eyes.
No, leave a loth alone. He's just stupid. As the fucking ranger puts a bullet into his back. All right, guys, none of that. Just chill out. It's okay. There we go. System works. I respect the desire to shoot the elf, but come on now. Okay, so what did we pick up in there? A fine battle axe, and then spores and stuff. Nothing too particularly interesting, but I mean, this is just like a little side area. The alchemy and explosion skills increase the damage and effects of potions, poison, and explosives. Really? That's actually kind of cool. I want to say I think I've actually been dumping points into explosives on Adair. Poor Loth, shot in the back. We might have alchemy in the party too. I would have to go looking. Torch. Nothing too interesting there. I bet if I equipped a torch on somebody, they would actually give us some light to be able to see with, but we're doing okay. What is this? The crush of time has significantly weakened this section of wall. You feel a slight breeze coming through the cracks between the stone, and you suspect a bit that the wall will come down with a little bit of force. We're gonna blast it with a fucking grenade, just to be safe. Torches will light shit up nice. Knock, knock. So, like, a Loth. Torch. Oh, they're offhand. Nice. In that case... I don't know. We'll have a Loth carry it.
I'm here, of course.
We even get like the shadows casting and stuff. That's pretty cool.
I'll handle it.
All right, a grenade for some gems. Okay, a bunch of money. That's actually a lot of money because each of those silver coins is worth 6 and there's 125 of them. Hell yeah, worth it. Torches light things up and is required for a specific challenge, which makes things extra dark. I like it when dungeons in RPGs are like fucking pitch dark and you have to carry a torch. That's one thing I actually really liked in Elden Ring, is that like there are dungeons and stuff in that are dark and you have to have a torch to be able to see on them. I think that adds a lot. It's very immersive to me. It's very tabletop D&D to me. that not everything has just like ever-burning torches everywhere. Belt lantern, yes. Belt lanterns are handy. Okay, so we have that there.
I'll take care of this.
This is why you play elves. That's fair. Oh no, there's a trap in there. I just saw the disarm. Yeah, there's a trap line like right across the
You
hall.
might find this interesting.
We disarm it. Come on now.
As you like. It's beyond me.
All right, Adair, walk through the trap. Thank you, Adair.
A quick rest would help if you don't mind.
No naps. Wait for the poison fart clouds to go away. First time you went to a dark cave in Morrowind and couldn't see shit and was promptly killed by something was great. Yeah. Like Morrowind was amazing for that. That game, oh, like exploring like crypts and stuff. Scary as hell.
I shall make it so.
You can use the consumable Thief's Putty to increase mechanics. That's very good to know. I don't know if we actually have any. I don't think we do. No, but that is something that I'll keep an eye on. Actually, can we make some? No. Damn, there's a lot more crafting in this than I thought there was. Holy shit. You can make better food and stuff. Huh, that's cool. Drugs, I think. Crafting, drugs. No Thief's Putty. Mouth char, ripple sponge. Nope, nothing. Unless it's like a recipe we have to find.
What have we here?
As you like.
Alright, Adair. Go
Sure.
trigger the trap.
If we could rest for a bit.
No, Adair, you do not get nappies. Just fucking parry the trap, yes. Jesus.
I shall make it so.
It just keeps going. We can disable these, but we can't disable the obvious tripwires. Mild petulance. We're getting to a point here, though, where I'm actually going to rest just to get the wounds off of
What
Adair.
have we here?
The lighting in this is surprisingly good. Like, I'm honestly impressed by it. Someone doesn't want to be hassled. Well, they shouldn't have built themselves a pyramid.
By decree of the Queen that was and the will of the Steel Garrote, you will meet justice. Kneel, Oswald, and be tried for your crimes.
Wait! I can pay you. I can make you all rich. Just let me go.
Your bribes fall on deaf ears,
All right.
Oathbreaker.
We're
We
gonna
seek
go in there
only
and
to
pretend to be
exact Warwick's
judges and
justice.
say this is an illegal
Oh,
trial,
what?
and now they're on
Wait,
trial.
I didn't do anything.
I mean, we are going to
You
go in
stand
here and
accused
pick a
of the
fight,
crime
but...
of oath.
As you enter the large chamber at the bottom of the pyramid, you notice a sizable group of well-armed people dressed in raiments of the Steel Garrote. In the center of the group kneels a man bound at the wrists. He looks around wildly, and his eyes widen when they fall on you. Before the kneeling man towers an imposing woman, her face obscured by the severe lines of a Woedican mask.
You intrude on the deliberations of the Court of Warwick, outsider. Choose your next actions carefully, lest the Queen that was turn her gaze to you as well.
The man on the floor is an elderly elf clad in dirty clothes, his face contorted in the expression of a cornered animal.
Oh, thank the gods, please. Get me out of here. They're mad. They're all mad. They mean to put me on trial for oath-breaking of all things. They say I betrayed the Idiran Empire, but I haven't been back there in over 100 years.
Be silent, or I will make you so. State your purpose now, or die with him.
Do you condemn the innocent out of spite or mere incompetence? The Inquisitor bristles at your impertinent question. She grabs her sword hilt and begins to step forward, but stops herself, suddenly uncertain. Her followers share pointed looks with one another and say nothing to challenge or defend her.
Explain.
I am a watcher. I have conversed with the tortured souls that met your justice. Not all were guilty.
Ah, the Watcher of Cadnua graces our presence. Your deeds are well known to this court.
Her tone is dangerously short.
Those that attempt to lie to me find I am not easily fooled. Tell me, Watcher, how many of these souls do you claim were innocent?
1. She stares at you intently for several moments, her eyes as unreadable as the mask that hides her features.
Even should you speak truthfully, you must see the wisdom of these proceedings. Imagine the greater good achieved by dispensing the reckoning this filth deserves. Would you prefer these monsters walk free at the expense of the truly innocent?
And who holds them accountable for serving the greater good? Who ensures they do not become the same as those they hunt? Theos also believed he was an authority unto himself, and he wielded that authority to the detriment of many, many people.
And what about this man? A death sentence for oath breaking is extreme.
Oathbreakers are the bane of the McQuinn, my queen. A benign enough crime on the surface, but an oath broken plants the seed of far greater atrocities. Families are torn asunder with a broken vow. Cities fall to ruin upon promises abandoned. What war has not been birthed in treachery? Take this one.
She points at Oswald.
He forsook oaths to emperor and country both to fight amongst rebels in the War of Defiance. How many lives might have been spared without treason such as his? No, Watcher. Without one's word, one is nothing. Less than nothing. Would you give your life to defend one such as he?
I see only vigilante justice. Any mistake in your judgment proves my point.
You have no authority in the court of Woodica. Only the queen that was holds sway here. I pray your soul learns from your mistakes on its next turn about the wheel.
Oh no! Violence in my RPG? It's more likely than you think. I'm gonna haste the party, I think. Oh no. Oh shit, haste is just on a loft. Fuck, I thought it was party-wide. That makes me sad. Alright, well never mind that. Instead we're gonna empower a fireball and people are gonna burn. Like right here, but also Goldleaf, you need to not be right there. Please? Thank you. Good fireball. Alright, anyways. Where is she at? Where? There she is. The wounding bullet here. Aloft, get out of melee with your gods be damned torch. She's a special kind of asshole. Well, now she's a special kind of corpse, so.
Tell me.
Loot the bodies. What do we get? Cowl of Piercing Gaze. Another fine sword. Alright.
As you wish.
Fireball. Hit him with my torch. Don't tell him. You say don't tell me, and that immediately tells me, though. That's the thing. She's coming back.
I owe you a debt too large to repay, stranger.
He wrings his hands and gives you a shaky smile.
How did you ever find me all the way out here? Did Inalis send you?
I wasn't looking for you at all.
Whether by providence or chance, I thank the gods you found me when you did.
Oh, she's in the next game. Nice. Well, isn't the next game, isn't the next one a prequel?
Those Steel-Garrote zealots have been after me for decades. Good riddance.
So about my reward.
Ah, yes. Yes, indeed.
His attention is suddenly diverted by an apparently fascinating stain on the hem of his robe. It's not. Okay. I'm sure I will have forgotten about her by the time we get there, though. Why do I get the feeling I'm not going to like what you're about to say?
Well, you see, I haven't any coin to spare. Flat broke, as it happens.
He titters nervously and twists the hem of his robe in his hands, unwilling to meet your eyes. Don't make me grab... Nah, we'll do diplomacy. I really stuck my neck out for you here.
You did risk life and limb for me, it's true. And make no mistake, I am grateful. Really, really grateful. Believe me, I would give you something if I could.
His eyes take on a faraway look and he takes a deep breath.
Well, that's not entirely true, is it? I have this old ring. It's the last possession of any value I own. Here, take it for your trouble.
You've gained an item, the drunkard's regret. He presses a simple length of string twisted into a makeshift ring into your palm and nods, a small frown tugging at the corner of his lips.
You have a ship, don't you? Of course you do. How else would you have gotten to this benighted island?
He shifts his weight from foot to foot, restless and unsettled.
Let me join your crew.
What could you offer as a member?
It's no secret I'm an old man. Now, I might not be able to hoist a mainsail any longer, but I've picked up a thing or two about navigation in my decades of traveling.
He bounces back on his heels, every word coming faster than the last.
And I don't care much for coin, I can tell you that. An extra ration of rum here and there, and I'll be perfectly contented.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you, my friend. I owe you a debt twice over.
He gives a toothy grin, stands a hand's breadth taller. All right, extra member. Let's see what this ring is. Translation, he's an alcoholic. Yeah, I got that. Let's see. Immune to hangovers from alcohol if worn while drinking. All right. This one may have signified a promise to give up drinking. The simple, not much like a commitment, is easily undone. It is frayed from being constantly removed and retied. Interesting. This, though, perception, religion, and insight. I am gonna give that to Swell. Aw, nice, and it even colors it with his armor. We got like fucking Victor Von Doom up here.
Isn't this brilliant?
All right, and we gained some levels, so we'll level here and then call it, I think. So we have athletics, we have diplomacy, we have... I'm gonna grab the party AoE. Oh, do I not? Why will it not let me select one of these? Oh, I already have it. I'm stupid. That's why. Good God. I grabbed it last time. I completely forgot I actually took that. Damage bonus. Damage bonus. I'm gonna take Brand because it deals damage over time. Another way for Swell to hurt things. Okay, Adair, explosives, and I'm gonna give him Streetwise. Thank you for the hydrate. And then, I don't... Penetrating Strike is actually quite tempting. And we're gonna grab that just for supreme damage. And thank you for the head pats, Haircut. Oh boy, more magic. My favorite thing. Let's see, I'm gonna take Slow. Slow seems useful. Wonderful. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and hard save. And we are going to go ahead and call it here, I think.